Welcome back to the channel. Today, more Mr. Robot Season 3, Episode 2, Undo. So thoughts on the last episode will be on the back half of there. It's interesting that this is called Undo, because last episode I was like, oh, what are we going to have, time machines? Why are we talking about fixing things and undoing things and making things like they never happened? You can't do that. There's no time machine. The arrow of time only moves forward. Why are we having this conversation? Also me totally forgetting that White Rose's, main thing, main aspect, main focus is time. And the passage of it. And hacking time, That was a line. I'm watching somebody react to Season 1, and Elliot just met White Rose, and White Rose said, I hack time. You hack people, I hack time. I don't know how that went over my head. With as much as I like time travel, the time aspects, the bronze and the infinite dragon flights, circular time loops, offshoots, parallels, as much as I love all those possibilities and what ifs and mind games, looking at this, I completely forgot that White Rose, tick tock, this many minutes left, goodbye, the room full of clocks, the particle collider, what if we can make it so none of this happened? It's like, what is this show? The single biggest thing I think would be that Angela is the handler for Elliot and Mr. Robot. She is ping-ponging him around and can only tell which one is him based on the eyes and not looking away. And I had mentioned if that was going to be a plot device or something to, what if his eyes are covered and she doesn't know or can't see where he's looking? Could there be some crossover or confusion reveal? That's probably further down in the season, but that's just me speculating ahead. Yeah, and in the episode I was talking about, oh, this has the leftovers feel with the device, the travel device, and then I was like at one point, oh, this feels like Dark, which involves time travel with a device. So I don't know why I didn't connect dots necessarily. I mean, we saw a wall of dead characters, right? Gideon was on there, Shayla, I think Romero was on there, but I don't recall seeing Trenton and Mobley, so I don't know if that's confirmation that they are not dead, or just as far as Elliot's concerned, he doesn't know, so they're not on the wall confirmed. Alright, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. It's going to be warming up outside very quickly and have lights on inside, so this peace and prosperity will be gone. This is Mr. Robot Season 3, Episode 2, Undo. Here we go.
Hello?
Bonsoir, Elliot.
They're planning something.
Also, I got a cold sore. That's why my lip is shiny. Any and all jokes, our observations about that, it's been a lifetime of jokes. There's nothing new to be had here.
I need to find a way to fix what I did. I need a job at Evil Corp.
I forgot about that part of the recap. I need a job at Evil Corp. What?
You know when you fuck something up and you wish you had the power to hit undo?
Control Z. That's my life, baby.
Or when you crash the entire world economy and kickstart the inevitable downfall of human civilization. We all have those days.
Yeah. More or less, right?
But what I didn't realize was maybe they're a necessary evil that just needs to be kept in check. In fact, maybe calling them evil was just my dorm room philosophizing run amok. Join in on the live-action cartoon of 2D emotions that everyone else is in.
It's the same shot, but they're emojied. I get it now.
And put it back together better than it was before.
Let's talk about your crucial role here at Evil Corp.
I'm gonna undo the hack.
The lady in this video that he's watching reminds me of the woman who the Deep married in The Boys.
There's a little talent roam around on this floor, but the primo poon is on floor 31.
As of last week, it looks like Terrell was right. Evil Corp has delivered their paper records from 17 of their 71 buildings to their New York facility. If I can convince him to convince his boss to convince his boss to convince her boss to digitize all the paper records, we can avoid a single point of failure. We would install hardware and software.
Elliot, I hear your passion, but I got tickets to the Goo Goo Dolls reunion concert tonight, so let's...
After going through his emails, I quickly learned that he was having the engineers install rootkits on all of Evil Corp's phones. I tipped off the FBI, got him arrested, and promptly set a meeting with the next exec up the chain.
All our our shipments are supposed to go to New York?
The paper says Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Unpack her, boys!
I'm sending shipping requests to the actual facilities, but in the manifest, I'm making it look like all the paper is still arriving in New York. It'll take a while, but I just need to buy enough time. Use special software to help E-Corp's auto manufacturing partners cheat the emissions test to hide how much pollution they really created.
Arrested!
Factoring in the bureaucracy and the line of corrupt, moronic managers I have to get through, I'll need to keep up the illusion that shipments are still happening. Problem with my illusion is, what if Terrell and the Dark Army think all the records actually get there? This is why I gotta keep the UPS system safe too. And these are the frontline soldiers trusted to protect them.
Stop me? I'm a bloodhound, girl. I just dove right back in, dude.
For some reason, I thought that guy that's always near him might be some Dark Army plant at E-Corp.
Records got here, they won't be able to blow up that building.
In conclusion, digitizing locally and not shipping paper records here is the best option for our recovery efforts.
Someone actually paying attention or not somewhere else to go?
Perfect. Let's set a meeting with the VP of Technology. I want to get this in front of him.
You know, your typical subprime mortgage scammers, Ponzi schemers, pension investors, and sexual harassers.
How many people are getting arrested out of here every week?
Maybe I fucked up an already fucked up world, but I'm fixing it now. Hitting undo. And friend,
I don't know. He
Great.
feels so sure of himself doing this. Just like he was so sure of himself when he got everything into the situation. I say sure of himself as he's been battling with personalities and...
Okay, if I'm being real, I haven't fixed everything. I know I'm doing the right thing. You have to see that. Why do I feel this empty void inside? Even the Zoloft isn't helping. What's wrong with me? I'm really starting to lose it.
Are we really in your office?
The office hasn't been paying utilities or maintenance, so I'll be working from my home office for a while.
Okay, thank you for explaining my suspicion.
How are you feeling about your birthday today?
Shit. She's right. Totally forgot.
Do you have plans tonight?
No, because it's just another trip around the sun. Nothing was accomplished. Who cares? It's a birthday. You're an adult. Who cares? That's how I feel. Not throwing any shade on y'all.
We haven't been talking.
Can I ask why?
She's one of the reasons he comes out.
You miss him, don't you?
Must be weird to like see your dead parent as your other half.
This one year there was this huge snowstorm, and Darlene and I were so excited. He just looked like a snowman with no arms and weird cheeks.
Like the ones from Krampus.
The day of my accident, when my dad pushed me out the window, we were at the hospital till pretty late.
Your dad pushed you out a window?
Yeah. I've told you that before.
Elliot, you've never...
We knew. Angela and what... were at the window and looked down and knew and...
I could have sworn I told you. Pushed me out the window, broke my arm, went to the hospital. Kevin melted. Darlene was pissed.
But then your dad missed work and then like...
What made you think of this just now?
Was that when he was created, when he pushed him out the window? That's when did he first have like the voices or the alternate thing that far back? No, because his dad was still alive.
I don't know.
It's gotta mean something about undoing shit and time travel and why that moment and I thought I told you.
Your husband, Tyrell Wellick, was accused of the murder until you claimed Scott Knowles confessed to killing his wife while beating you. And since then, a bartender from the night of the party has also come forward to corroborate your story.
I didn't need Scott Knowles to be arrested to know that my husband is innocent. Mr. Knowles is
A troubled.
clearly a troubled.
Yeah, the classic troubled, has problems or, a past. So easy to...
I understand that you and your son some even went so far as to claim that you filed for divorce.
I did file for divorce a few months ago. I listened to the wrong people were convincing me that that was the right thing to do. He is the only man I've ever loved, and the only man I ever will love.
It's absolutely wild to me that she broke her fucking water, like stuck that fork thing up into her vagina and then fucking punctured the cervix. Like, that's how you'd get the water to break, right? You'd have to puncture the uterus or go through the cervix. That affects the birth of the child, man. That's so wild to me.
In the coming weeks, we will be sending you a message so loud that it will make your eardrums explode. You have been warned.
It was released about an hour ago.
6 weeks. You've given us nothing, and now we have this to deal with?
But that is not one of our guys, okay?
Your job is to get intel from Elliot on Tyrell Wellick. That is the only reason you're not in jail right now.
Yeah, them absolutely spelling it out is confirmation for last episode, because she was asking questions.
You know that telling Elliot anything about this would violate the terms of your immunity. It would spook his connection to Tyrell.
He is not, nor has he ever, had a fucking relationship with Tyrell.
Is that she knows of, or is she explicitly lying? She knows it. Yeah, right? There's so many characters crisscrossing. No, Angela knows everyone.
This is a call from Queensboro Correctional Facility.
Hello? Bonsoir, Elliot.
So I'm assuming that's when Elliot was locked up, and he took a call as Mr. Robot, not as Elliot.
She fucking lied to me. She went on national television and she says she still loves him.
Think you're about to be checked out, processed out.
That's the only reason I agreed to testify. You made me lie to the police to get Tyrell off.
You got like 10 seconds to live, dude.
If you retract your statement, you'll die. There's no option where you and Joanna ever see each other again.
I'm surprised we're leaving ends open like that, or maybe it's more suspicious if he disappears now.
Is everything under control?
Yes, ma'am. He just needed a little clarity.
Hey, watch out, bang! I didn't think Boy was armed till the hand came up, but... She only took a graze, right? Just a grazing shot? Right? What the calcified shit are we cutting into? Uranium?
The shooter didn't survive. The driver looks like he's gonna pull through. We have someone down at the hospital ready to question him.
What? I can't believe they removed her from the board like that. I had so much fun watching her work that I can't believe her head has exploded even though I'm looking at it.
I believe Darlene when she says it's not real.
We have to assume F Society's grown past her at this point.
Yeah, but why wouldn't she just say that then?
She didn't even know he was working with Tyrell. Why would you trust her on this?
Because I still think there's a dark army.
It just hit me that the guy went through the literal, if I can't have her, nobody will, fucking pussy route.
Your focus needs to stay on Tyrell and F Society.
If those people would just... Suicide is a touchy subject, but if you're gonna kill somebody and then kill yourself, maybe just go do yourself, okay? Maybe more misery isn't the answer.
I'm worried she's a flight risk.
No, she's good.
Like, I'm kind of in denial, even though her head is open. Like, I'm like, okay, well,
That you're going the distance with the silent treatment.
If I remember correctly, you were the one who told me to go fuck myself. Why'd you text me, Darlene? What am I doing here?
Wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
You're my trigger.
What am I, in a fucking therapy session?
Makes sense. You're my sister, part of my childhood.
So don't think for a second our shitty childhood is only yours.
Yeah, I've been talking to my brother recently about the death of our parents and how we've each taken it and moving on. It's interesting. Like similarities, but also differences in perspective things.
Spending this last year with you was never about whatever the fuck you want to call what we did. The real reason I did all of this was so that we could be close again.
No, I think this is manipulation, man. I feel like they did it to strike back revenge at the people who killed their fucking father.
You remember when we made Kevin McAllister The snowman?
I mean, getting closer is just a side effect, I don't think. There are other ways to bond.
Of course. Do you want to talk about it?
Kevin McAllister, the snowman, back to that day.
I want you to stay with me tonight.
I'm good, dude. You don't have to worry about me.
It's not that. I don't want to be alone.
I was gonna say, don't end there. It felt like an end shot. I was about to feel cheated.
19 of the 20 members of this international forum have signed the 5-9 Economic Accord. The only obstacle is the illegitimate monetary imposter that China has unofficially adopted. Shows their resistance and emphatic rejection of our collective attempt to rescue the global economy. In short, ladies and gentlemen,
we're going to war with China now. Woo!
They are declaring a currency war.
Truthfully, the only reason I even agreed to meet was that this room happens to be on my way out.
Have your government sign the goddamn accord. In 11 days, you'll have what you want. UN vote to annex the Congo. It's as good as yours.
That Congo annex, man. They've been like talking about the Congo forever in the background. Is that where the particle accelerator is?
I don't give a fuck about your accord. Until I get my UN vote, don't waste my time.
Or maybe in 11 days, the administration changes its mind about your precious UN vote.
Square off. Square up.
Your empty threat reminds me that there's something I never shared with you.
White Rose coming
My
out.
associates found your pet employee after she smuggled out documents on the Washington Township plant. Those eyes of hers, I contemplated firing a bullet into each of them, but they're just so hypnotizing. Don't mistake my generosity for generosity.
Damn. Fuck, man. Cold.
What are you doing? What were you doing by my computer? I saw you behind the monitor.
You're not answering my fucking question.
Yeah, they got
Why
to you.
Are you here?
What do you mean you invited me? It's you.
What did you do with the computer?
Ah!
Why did you sleep here last night?
Stay the fuck away from me, you fucking psycho.
Elliot said that she's the trigger for it coming out.
So how does it work?
How does what work?
If I wanted you to talk to him,
What happened? Why don't you sit back and relax? If you want me to talk to him, just let him come to me.
If we're training willpower and the ability to manifest it at will, that could be detrimental later on to a whole bunch of fuckery. I know that's very vague, but I'm just thinking plot device-wise what that could do or reveal.
You should know that nothing's gonna come from this. We were doing just fine.
It's nice to finally meet you.
This was better when I could just come and go as I pleased. When we were whole. You know, for a shrink, you're pretty foxy.
Thank you, but I'm more interested in talking about you.
Come on. Never thought about it? Getting with one of your patients? Everybody knows crazy can be sexy.
No, it can be fun. Don't confuse it with sexy. Crazy can be fun.
You're trying to destroy me.
I'm not trying to destroy you. Quite the opposite, actually. I want to understand you.
I'm done talking to you.
And then Elliot standing there.
Krista, when we're gonna start?
Were you there? Did you go with me or stay with him? What did you see? What did Mr. Robot mean we've been compromised? You were there, you heard it all.
Too many questions, Elliot.
Scan that QR code and I'll suck your dick.
Who compromised us? Who's even us? Him and me or him and Terrell? No, we couldn't still be working with Terrell. Is stage 2 still on? No, I would know. That's impossible. Stage 2 is down. I made sure of it. Who compromised me? And why do I suddenly feel so alive?
How do you do it? How do you get so lucky? I never gave a shit about the dog. In fact, I hate the dog. Vet bills are through the roof because this little piece of shit is sick.
Didn't it eat a USB drive or something?
Let her shit all over your house. Like you did mine.
That is just a fucking shitty person. I won't say human being because that's reserved for civilized, but that is a shitty person. Was he trying to see if like Mr. Robot would fade in or boot it up off the USB drive? And now we're out of my technical knowledge. We're into the jargon and the gobbledygook. Rootkit, run a server bypass. We're gonna spoof the signal. Ping him! Enhance! Is this the FBI peeking in on? Yeah.
Good job.
That's what she did. But I thought I saw him do something. I thought maybe he detected the bug and evaded it, but...
Stage 2. I want it to happen on the day of the UN vote. Whether it goes our way or not.
Stage 2 was only meant to be implemented if Price doesn't come through. If the UN approves our annexation of the Congo, we can finally move our operation to the country's Luau mine. Why would you still want to carry this out?
It's time Philip Price's hand got slapped.
Dude's name is Price. He's all about time. It's time to Price.
You get anything from Elliot's computer?
He hasn't logged in all day. Last night he sent an encrypted email with the link.
I'll probably get copyright for that clip of the song.
Turn it off.
Grenade!
Is that
Grenade!
coming from downstairs?
Grenade!
Yeah, that's Darlene's apartment, but who the fuck is that?
Black hoodie? I wonder.
No, she's out.
It's not showing a skin tone. It could be Leon. It could be anyone.
Yeah. Downloaded the file, opened it, but didn't find anything.
Why would you?
This email wasn't for Tyrell.
For us.
It's for us.
Oh man. Damn it. I'm gonna stick around just for a minute. That doesn't look like there's anything in the credits. Okay. See you in the outro. Season 3, Episode 2, Undo. Elliot is lit by his goal to control Z59. Darlene meets Rock plus Hard Place. Mr. Robot sparks a panic. Okay. Joanna Wellick, dead. Baby splattered with blood. Driver, I don't know. Terrell, I don't know. White Rose, sticking up to Price and, flexing on him, but then on the side saying to do stage 2 no matter what happens with the vote. Elliot / Mr. Robot talking to the counselor and getting in her face and walking around the office, man. I don't know, there was a lot here. Like, I just listed some of the big things in bullet form, but I will say, seeing Elliot fuck over middle management and people who were just sitting on the job and didn't care or wouldn't move the message along, just watching him tear people down and get them arrested. Delicious, glorious. I wonder, like, how many Jenga blocks can you take out of the tower before it falls? Like, I know E-Core is this giant conglomerate, but oh yeah. Now I'm thinking back on everything. Fucking White Rose threatened Angela and let Price know that he's spoken with her and has an inside track with her, and that steams Price pretty hard. We got Dom and the FBI working Darlene to get to Elliot to try to get Terrell. I also like the realization that Elliot had where, that he essentially was responsible for everything that's happening, and that he says, oh, I'm fixing it, but then he also acknowledges that it may not be a clean fix or it may not be easy, but that he's trying to swing it the other way. That society and, the money and everything might be a necessary evil, and then him even questioning if necessary evil, I think, was like an appropriate terminology. Because you can have, a gripe against capitalism or international trade or whatever, but if the ships stop delivering, the planes stop flying, locally resources, everything's going to dry up. You're going to realize how much you don't actually have unless we're connected by a global network. Like Bitcoin and Ethereum and any of those currencies, and it's like, I don't want to open up that disaster, but it's like, okay, so a decentralized currency. So we're not trusting a bank with it. We're trusting ledgers that everyone's on the same ledger. So now everyone has access. So you're saying there's less points of fuckability with everyone having more access? But the charts have to line up, and then it's video cards farming bits and like Satoshis, and it comes off as, I don't want to take off my bank, mainstream collar leash to do something new. I don't want to take off the leash, the chains. But I just feel like it's a different set of chains, It's the devil we know versus trusting everyone. I don't know. I've watched 4, 5, 6 different videos trying to explain Bitcoin and all of that and how it works, and it's just like my caveman brain Anyway, now that I've demonstrated my ignorance on capitalism and monetary systems and digital currencies of the future, I think I can wrap up this episode. So that's gonna do it for me for now. I'm looking forward to the 3rd episode, but it'll be another day. Thanks again for being here, and goodbye.